What's up, everybody? I'm in Berlin, Germany, right now with him, Carmelo. Hey, Carmelo.
Yeah.
It's so good to be reunited. First and
See
foremost,
you.
how are you?
Amazing. How are you?
I'm doing awesome. Hey, lots of stuff to be excited about.
Yeah.
Carmelo, you have had a hell of a year. You and I have talked a whole lot about your NXT run, and now you are on the main roster. I want to start off by asking you what the experience has been like, and especially those differences between NXT and the main roster.
It's definitely been a learning experience. I had been, talking about the fact of making that transition, especially coming in as a first-round draft pick, where all eyes are on you. You know what I mean? There's really the most criticism I've ever faced in my whole career. But that's okay because at this time, that's what you get when you get that first-round draft pick label. If you want to be him, it's you open up yourself to that type of criticism. But really, it's just kind of like that up in my game to that next level, because there's so many guys up there that I've got to work with, Cody and Randy and things like that have taught me that there are so many different levels to this game, and there's levels that I would have never knew if I wasn't in the ring with those guys. So it's been an amazing process, and I'm just getting started really, and I'm looking forward to see what's next.
So you mentioned having to deal with criticism, and that's definitely something that can be difficult, Carmelo, because you got all eyes on you, people being like, oh, is it him? He's a first draft round pick. All of these questions in mind for you, because social media can be loud. How are you handling that in terms of all right, I'm not going to look at what social media is doing, podcast, absolutely everything.
Yeah, sometimes it's hard to not see, and we all face that where we all kind of especially when you open the app and it's the first thing you see is criticism, which is okay, you know what I mean? The fans are allowed to have, their criticism and things like that, especially in sports and entertainment. You open yourself up to that, and it's okay. But at the end of the day, it's you have to know who you are and what you stand for and what you do and what it took you to get to this level. There's so many things that, people would never understand that happens behind the scenes and the hard work that we put in to get to this level. And also, too, how difficult it is to do what we do. I think it's easy to sit in armchair quarterback. We all do it to every sport, TV. We say, I would have did this different. I would have did that different. It should have been this. It should have been that. But, until you're in that person's shoes, you'll never truly understand. But, I'm open to all the criticism and the critique. I don't really hear it because I force myself to get better anyway. And these are all things that, people will say that I've already told myself. You know what I mean? You think I haven't struggled with, doubt on my own self and things like that. But, I just continue to be him and continue to progress and keep learning. Still so new in this main roster thing. People, if you're not champion or you're not beating everybody in the first 2 months, you're failed or you're buried or you're a jobber. That's a new thing, right? Everybody's a jobber and everybody's buried. So we on a journey, y'all. It's a marathon, not a sprint.
Not doom and gloom, exactly. But no, Carmelo, obviously I've seen you work. You are phenomenal. And I want to go ahead and get into, we're talking about the main roster. We're talking about, hey, your feud with Andrade has been so awesome. And I want to get your perspective on how that is going and how you feel the fans are getting to get sort of this new glimpse at you for those that hadn't seen you on NXT.
Yeah, I think the in-ring is where I thrive. You know what I mean? It's been something that since I got in NXT, I think Sean had mentioned, he's like, first thing he told me is I just want to get you in front of Hunter just so that Hunter can see what you can do. And then, black and gold, that's when he put me with Adam Cole and Kushida and all those guys. And that's really where I thrive. So I think Hunter's taking that same approach where it's hey, let's put him in the ring with a guy who can match his style or have that type of style match. And it's been great for me because at the end of the day, I love the wrestling aspect of this business, and I love to tell those stories through the wrestling, and especially getting to do multiple matches. We're learning each other as we go, and we're only making each other better, I think.
Has there been anybody on the main roster, either a talent or somebody behind the scenes, that you feel has really helped you just get comfortable in the main roster scene?
Yeah, there's a ton of guys. That's the cool thing about main roster here is I think everybody is they're very open to, it's not so competitive as you would think, where it's oh, this young kid's coming to take. A lot of them are no, we want to bring you what we want you to rise to the occasion, so that way we have, competition. Not competition in the sense that you're going to take my spot competition, but competition, you're going to make me better, I can help make you better. But Cody's been always, since day one, Cody's been the man. Randy's been very cool to me. Punk has been very cool to me. Hunter, obviously. Everyone who you would expect, even KO and stuff like that. So it's just been a great experience on the main roster. roster. But, you know, I'm learning trial and error too. You know what I mean? More than anything, getting in the ring and just having matches has helped me progress even more.
All right, so I know big things are going to be happening for you, Carmelo. So with that being said, if you have a prediction for what you want to predict to get done in the next year or so, or hell, even before this year is over, what predictions do we got?
I mean, I don't really want to predict, but I will call out somebody just because I feel like this is the perfect time to do it. I think, you know, I had talked about it earlier today as well, but John Cena, he's on his retirement tour. He put out the message. He said, "You want some, come get some." And I think, to be honest, you know, I'm right at the front of the line of people that are going to come get some. So, John, I'm just letting you know, just giving you the heads up. You know, your time is up, and my time is now.
Carmelo, before we go, I want to go ahead and do a quick round of the GOAT game. So basically,
Sure.
I've been doing this game with everybody where I give them 2 wrestlers, and they tell me who the best one is in their opinion until we get to the last one. So here we do it. We got 15 names. Here we go. Shawn Michaels or Bret Hart?
Shawn Michaels.
Shawn Michaels or Stone Cold Steve Austin?
Shawn Michaels.
Shawn Michaels or Ric Flair?
Shawn Michaels.
Shawn Michaels or The Rock?
Shawn Michaels.
Shawn Michaels or Kurt Angle?
Shawn Michaels.
Shawn Michaels or Bryan Danielson?
Shawn Michaels.
Shawn Michaels or John Cena?
John Cena.
John Cena or Triple H?
John Cena.
John Cena or Brock Lesnar?
John Cena.
John Cena or The Undertaker?
The Undertaker.
Ooh, okay, The Undertaker or Roman Reigns?
The Undertaker.
The Undertaker or Mick Foley?
The Undertaker.
The Undertaker or Chris Jericho?
The Undertaker.
The Undertaker or Sting?
The Undertaker.
All right, well, there you go. The Undertaker. That is where we're at. That was hard, huh?
Yeah, that was tough. That was tough.
I thought you were going to go all the way through with Sean.
Almost, until you said Cena, and I'm like, well, depends on what you're talking about, but yeah.
Yeah, awesome. Well, Carmelo, thank you so much, as always, for being super cool. We'll catch you guys on the next one.